Welcome back to the TheCarCrowd HQ. My name is David Spickett. I am the CEO of TheCarCrowd. At TheCarCrowd, we are one of the largest asset managers in Europe for collectible cars and prestige cars like these. And we are super proud to be working with Splint Invest to bring you some of the best, most investable cars out there. In fact, we're going to start today by looking at this amazing Audi R8 V10 with a manual gearbox. And we're going to tell you why this car is such a special collectible modern classic. In 2007, the Audi R8 burst onto the scene. It was a little bit of a departure from their normal, fast, high-powered estate cars and saloon cars that they've been making. In fact, to that point, the TT was pretty much the only sports car that they were producing. So the R8 was a huge leap forward and really put them onto the sports car map. The initial variant was a V8 mid-mounted engine car producing 420 horsepower, which was plenty quick enough. However, they weren't done there, and in 2008 they came back with the V10 version. This was a Lamborghini-derived engine sitting in the back behind the driver's seat, giving a fantastic all-wheel driving experience to rival the Porsche 911s and the Ferrari 430 at the time. This seriously put Audi on the map as one of the true sports car manufacturers of our time. It's the V10 engine that makes this particular variation of the R8 so special, because it's far, far rarer than a standard V8. Not only that, it's also 100 horsepower more, so those two extra cylinders produce a whole heap more horsepower that takes this car into the stratosphere in terms of performance figures. And inside the R8, the quality from Audi also really shines through. This really feels like a high-end cockpit. You've got these beautiful figure-hugging seats wrapped in black Napa leather, the flat-bottom steering wheel, but most importantly, in the V10 variant of this car, is this manual gearbox. This makes it such a rare car. Although the manual gearbox kind of came as standard, everybody chose the £4,000 to £5,000 R-tronic, which is the paddle shift version. I don't know why, but now looking back on it, these are the super rare ones and these are the ones that everybody wants. So why have we chosen the Audi R8 V10 with the manual gearbox to bring onto the Splint Invest platform? Well, as you know, we have a fairly common investment thesis where we look for a certain recipe for cars that actually would help us to predict their fast future appreciation. And this car has loads of the elements that we look for. The first one being movie notoriety. This car was a poster car for loads of people in the late 2000s, early 2010s, because it was in the Iron Man franchise. Not only did this car make an appearance in the first 3 Iron Man films, it also then came back for another appearance with Robert Downey Jr. driving it in the Avengers. This meant it's got Hollywood notoriety and became super popular in popular culture. That creates huge demand for the car, which is why they sold so well, in fact producing over 20,000 units of the first generation. But like we said earlier, it's the manual gearbox that sets this particular one apart alongside that big V10 power plant. That creates a great recipe for future appreciation with very high demand but very, very low supply. So selecting the Audi R8 V10 manual as a future appreciating classic was a pretty easy choice. However, you've then got to find the right car, and that comes down to specification. There were lots of optional extras on the R8, and because there's not a huge number in the marketplace, we searched high and low to try and find the absolute best one we could find with the right options that makes it even more desirable than some of the other cars out there. The notable options on this car include the carbon side blades here at the rear of the car, and then the LMX optional wheels, a pretty hefty thousands of pounds option those were. They also have the carbon ceramic brakes inside them, and then in the cockpit you've got the Bang & Olufsen stereo and also the complete original Audi luggage set with this car. All of that together means this has got the perfect option set to match the V10 engine, to match the manual gearbox, to match its rarity and scarcity, to really make this a highly desirable, fast appreciated modern classic that's available now on the Splint Invest platform.